What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Untamed Outdoorsmen Automotive, a small subcategory in this predominantly kayak fishing YouTube channel. And today we are back once again on this John Deere S100, a 2021 model. A little over 3 years ago at the time of recording this, we actually changed the oil in this. Obviously, we've changed the oil every year since then, but I haven't recorded it on video. But today we are back with a battery replacement. This is a John Deere S100. It has 136 hours on it. And I noticed at the end of this last season of using this thing that if you let it sit for a day or two, the battery won't turn the engine over. It would be really slow to start. So the battery is on its way out. It has been for probably the second half of the last season. So we're gonna be replacing it today. It is a pretty simple replacement, I will admit. Doesn't seem too bad at all, but I wanted to show you guys to hopefully help somebody out and just take you guys along for the ride of me replacing this battery. So yeah, it should be pretty simple. You know, it's the middle of winter time. It's that time of year that we do a bunch of these kind of services. We're gonna be changing the oil again. Once we get the new battery put in, that oil is right here. But battery and oil change has to get done on this guy. So yeah, let's begin replacing the battery. All right, everybody, so super simple battery swap here. So there's a little latch holding this battery in just so it doesn't fall out or move around. So we're just gonna remove that. Let me get on the other side. All right, so I got that out. You might need a pair of like channel lock pliers or something and just kind of grab onto the latching part of the strap and pull it out. I had to do that for this one. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to get the negative terminal off. So negative first, positive second when you're removing terminals. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You will need a 10mm wrench and a 10mm socket. And let's take it off. Okay, so one thing I am going to do is I'm going to take some electrical tape and I'm just going to wrap the negative terminal. This just protects the terminal from any kind of shorting or anything like that. Terminals have a tendency to want to fling around. So this just prevents that and just mitigates any sort of electrical shock risk or anything like that. So I'm just going to wrap the negative terminal in electrical tape. All right. So now that that negative terminal is secured and out of the way, we're going to remove the positive terminal. Same process, 10mm wrench, 10mm socket. Okay. So this one you don't really need to worry about taping it. Just make sure the negative is taped and then maybe throw the boot cover over it and just keep it out of the way. So now the battery should be good to come out. Very simple battery replacement here. That battery is out and that is it. All right, so pretty easy. Maybe take this as an opportunity to bring a shop vac in here, kind of clean up this whole battery area if you want to. I may, since the shop vac is right there, but yeah, so let's clean this up. All right, so this is the battery in question, just in case you're gonna start shopping around. It is a group size U1, and it has a cold cranking amps of 300. So the closest store to me that has these exact specs, U1 and 300 CCAs, is my local Tractor Supply. So I'm going to bring this battery there tomorrow afternoon and get a replacement because they do have a U1 300 CCA battery. So we'll get back to you when I get that battery in my possession, and we'll see you guys in a second. All right, everybody, so we got our replacement battery here. This is a battery that I got from my local Tractor Supply. Traveler is the Tractor Supply brand for batteries. It is the U1 300 CCA battery, and I grabbed the newest battery that they had, which was 1225, which was about 2 or 3 weeks ago from the time of recording this. So one thing we're gonna do, and this is just good practice for any battery in my opinion, is I am going to throw it on a trickle charger until I can get some time to install it. So I actually have to leave the house in a second here, but What I'm going to do, I have a Noco Genius 1 amp trickle charger down there, and these are the clamps for it. So I'm just going to throw it on a maintainer just to top off the battery, and just keep it on a maintainer until we're ready to install it. So just throw that on there. And that should be good. Yep, it is charging. And it's just going to top it back off to full to replenish whatever's lost from it sitting. I just think this is good practice right before installing a battery. Give it a fresh full charge so you start off the battery right. So yeah, when we get around to installing it, we'll come back. Okay, everybody. So now we are ready to install this. We have the battery, our new battery, right on the floor here. And it's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to be doing the inverse of what we just did. So we're going to get the battery on. We're going to put the security strap on it. Then we're going to put the positive on, then the negative on. So pretty simple, but let's do it. All right, so battery goes right in the tray. All right. Okay, that's positive. And that's negative. Okay, tighten up the positive first. Okay, no movement. You don't have to absolutely torque it into oblivion. Just tight and then just wiggle on it as hard as you can and make sure the connection doesn't move. These type of lead posts, you can actually over tighten them and start to compress the actual post, so you don't want to do that. Just tight as you can get it within reason, and then just give it a really good wiggle around, make sure there's no movement, which in our case there is not. And then we're going to put the strap back on. All right, so that is it. We are all set. I'm just gonna close this guy up. And that's it, we're done, everybody. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Super simple video here. I don't think this was too complicated to figure out. I think anybody could do this. But I wanted to show you guys anyway, since I was gonna be doing the battery replacement. Might as well take you guys along for the ride. Super simple. Got the battery at our local Tractor Supply, in and out in 5 minutes, and we got this installed in less than 5 minutes. So super easy, anybody can do it, and glad I was able to take you guys along for the ride. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and any other work we do to this lawnmower, we'll make sure we show it on camera here. So again, thank you, we'll see you next time.